Hey everyone, welcome to POPXP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the POPXP channel.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Brian of the Mainframe here in Nile Scala with the POPXP, and we are back for episode 2 of the Week in Pop. And joining me in the POPXP crew, we've got Jennifer Van Damsel in the house. Man, addition on the paper, Mr. Caleb Thusat, and the king of stream. He's everywhere. You look left, you look right. He's on this screen, that screen. I've got in the house.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me.
There. Well, everyone, how has your week been? How's everyone's week been? I haven't seen you guys in a week.
You haven't seen me in a week now?
I haven't seen you in a week.
I don't even know how this is possible when I just saw you yesterday.
I haven't seen Jen in a week. I haven't seen
Been
Caleb in a
week.
week. A whole week.
I haven't seen any.
I haven't seen them in a week either.
So
But
Jen,
it's
how has your
like-
week been?
It was good. I can't remember what I did, so it must have been, pretty awesome.
Pretty eventful.
Yeah.
Like,
Caleb?
I can't remember it, so it had to be good.
Well, nothing bad happened, or I'd
Yeah.
remember that.
It's been good for me. I've been in writer mode all week, getting lots of stuff done. So,
Seriously
just
though,
doing
you
my
were
same
like
old thing.
cranking stuff out. I saw a couple posts. I mean, what do you have going on right now?
We're working on getting pages in from Flytrap for the Kickstarter we ran. I just finished the next book of Super Cats. That's getting art in on that. I'm writing the Neverland, which is going to be a 5-issue series, kind of like a never-ending story meets Peter Pan meets something like that. Kind of a throwback nostalgia to that high fantasy era
That's
stuff.
cool.
That sounds
And
neat.
yeah, I got that, and I got another kids book. I just finished the outline for the first issue of that too. So it's just I'm cranking out a lot of content, getting stuff ready for a productive year without conventions for a while.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know, man. I'm hoping like at least like the last quarter we can hit some conventions or something.
You would go?
Yeah.
Even if they open them, there is no
Huh.
way I'm going.
going.
Well, for me, it's like, wearing a costume, people want to take pictures. They want to take pictures with you. So I like constant people coming around me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no, I can't social distance doing that. So, and I
Mhm.
don't want to wear a mask with a costume on. It seems like
Yeah.
dumb. So
I think
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try if things start going in the summer. I'm gonna try to do some shows. Some stuff is that I'm already signed up for is they're going outside and trying to switch things up to make it safer. And once the vaccinations get out more, I feel a little more comfortable
Mhm.
being behind a table. At least
Hmm.
I'm not super close to people all day, and I can at least get people to look at my books in real life. So it's like the sooner I can get out there, the better. But I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm still not gonna go to like something huge at this point. If anything huge even happens, but
Mhm.
I don't see that happening really. Honestly, it's gonna be little hotel shows and stuff like that this year, and then hopefully next year we can get back to normalcy.
reality.
Yeah,
Me and Blevins are gonna be traveling the USA.
That's
Like
We're gonna be-
perfect strangers.
We're gonna be showing off our POPXP hazmat costumes
Yeah.
that we don't.
These things
They serve two purposes. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best,
Yeah.
the best bang for our buck. We go as outbreak extras.
There you
yeah, just Breaking Bad
Big-
cosplay.
We go as
man.
Marty
There you go.
McFly from 1955,
There you go.
whatever, 1955.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, let's jump into some stuff here. I mean, right off the bat, I gotta say, I rewatched Dredd. And I freaking don't remember loving it as much as I did when I watched it. I mean, but like it's just like, shoot first and ... That's it. It's freaking I forgot how intense and crazy that movie is.
It's a great movie. A great movie.
It's fun.
Love.
Man. It's definitely
Yeah.
fun.
It was a fun movie. I mean, so much blood and bullets and action. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't remember it like this. back in 2012. What was I doing? Must have been having fun.
I don't know.
Like what was I doing, man? I was probably kissing girls.
My one thing with it though is you can kind of see how they were kind of leaning on the 3D aspect of it.
Yeah.
And so kind of watching it, you're like, oh yeah, like this would be real cool. Like if you have the setup for 3D, it's going to be awesome because that's like that. All the slow-mo stuff is meant to be in it. Like that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I have the 3D projector and all that stuff, and the only big parts that you can tell the 3D is the Gatling gun scene and the very end scene, the swan dive scene. You know, really the only two scenes where 3D. I mean, like this is a very complex, compact place. Like it's not a big open scene where 3D where 3D matters, like they're in a hallway, like blasting people. And I'm just saying, think of
that though, bullets ricocheting, going through walls. I mean, in those hallway scenes and stuff, I mean, that would look pretty cool in 3D. Yeah. But that Gatling gun scene, that was just like intense, like total disregard for life, insane, just blasting right through, slowly focusing. Like, I was like, oh my God, that's freaking nuts.
Yeah, up until that point, I thought that they could all be
what
friends.
What kind of landlord was she? Oh my gosh, pay your rent on time, people.
I thought they were all gonna be buds after it was all said and done, until that Gatlin scene had just shut all those doors.
I know, it's like horrible. You see like little kids like,
you can't go back from this. Can't go back from this. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you what, I want him as Judge Dredd, but I want like a Mega City like series where we get to see my biggest complaint about that movie is that you don't get to see the mega city. Like it's all in the building, and like it's fun and it's cool and you have the characters and stuff, but I want that grand setting of like the mega city,
that future setting stuff. Yeah.
Well, they kept talking about bringing him on for a Dredd series, and it never happened. And
right about going to be Mega City something, I forget.
Yeah, right about the time he was going to sign. Like they came to him and they signed him on for Absolute Human, and then they shelved the Dredd TV series. But then Absolute Human went About Human or whatever the name of that series was, like died in the first season.
You know what?
Like, it was horrible.
That show was actually pretty awesome that he was in though, because of him. Honestly, I remember watching that and thinking, man, this is a great show. And then,
I think we might still get Dredd because of The Boys. I think his work in The Boys has kind of revived people in wanting to do that.
What did you think of? What's your thoughts on Dredd, Jen?
Well, I had never seen Judge Dredd, so I watched that, and so that was pretty cool. Like you said, you're kind of missing the city. Well, that was like a big part of that. So that was like really interesting. I really liked that a lot. The sets and stuff were actually really awesome. Like all the buildings and everything, like the outfits of like all the random side characters and stuff was like really full of creativity. And then you didn't really get that with Dredd, but I didn't like the plot like as much, the whole like corrupt judge system. I thought that was like kind of boring. So I really like the plot more of Dredd, and just like the scenes with the slow-mo and just the way everything slowed down, just that real like super stylistic aesthetic was like really cool. So I wish they would just combine like the two awesome things of both of those movies.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But Judge Dredd, all that stuff, that's much more practical effects and stuff too. So you have cool set design and all that stuff. And like, some of the special effects in Dredd are already showing their age too. Like you can see that some of the cameras they're like shooting on are like more digital, like pixelated and stuff, which works with the style. But like, you can kind of see where they had gone a little higher with budget with Sylvester Stallone movie back in the day. So
if you really liked Dredd, like if you really liked it, that whole breakdown of them going up the game of death, where they have to go all the way up to the top and battle to get up there. There's a series called The Raid Redemption.
It's a movie. It's a movie first.
I'm sorry.
Amazing.
A movie series. Sorry, there's two of them. Supposed to be a third one. I don't know if the guy's ever going to make it. But The Raid Redemption and The Raid are incredible.
Yeah, they're really incredible. Yeah,
They're like-
absolutely.
They're like Dredd, but a better movie. Really.
See, I've never seen them. I have not
Raid-
seen them.
Raid
I am
2
watching
has,
it
like-
tonight.
It's like an
Raid
hour and a
2 has,
half
like,
action
mini bosses.
sequence, basically, dude. It's just like it's insane. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, the main guy's name is Aiko, and he's just like an insane martial artist. Like he's like Tony Jaa on crack, like just battling out and like you thought Raid Redemption was bad, and then they just like come out the gate with like pickaxe to the head. And I'm just like, oh, I'm out on this noise. But yeah, dude, they have like these mini bosses. And then, like, the big boss before the final end, and, man, the fight scenes are just, like, full solid cuts. And, man, they're incredible. The choreography is insane. Like, you're watching it, and you're like, man, that's going to get broke. Oh, is this where it's going to get broke? Nope. Is this where it's going to get broke? Nope. And then you're like, oh, they're not going to break it. And then while you're thinking they're not going to break it, that's when they break it.
That's when it breaks.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm going to check those out. I acquired them. And I will be watching them. And that is all I will say. Yeah, I'm going to see. I'll give my opinion next week. I will give my opinion on those movies as I will be watching them after Sister of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah, I mean, Sister of the Traveling Pants, I mean, it's good. Way better than the sequel. Yeah, sequel.
Like, how did one pair of pants do all that?
Yeah.
Right? Like Levi's, get a clue. Come on.
Yeah, how do they still wear them after all these years?
Be.
That's what I want to know.
It could be. So let me ask you guys a question. Should we get another Dredd movie?
I would love a TV show. Like if they could take the big aspect of the city.
I think a series is necessary, not a show,
yeah,
not a movie.
I think it's. I mean, to me, it feels Judge Dredd feels like it works better in episodic. I mean, if you can tell like little stories of the judges or Dredd himself and like going through day to day in Mega City, I mean, that would be pretty badass, I think.
Well, they did a lot of the world building, and you kind of get the general what the plots of the story would be from both movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's a lot they could do and expand on a lot of what they've already built on. So I would definitely think a series would be cool. I don't know what channel it would be on. It'd have to be like HBO, considering how like graphic and violent it is.
Be on Disney Plus,
on Disney Plus, right?
Pixar, we're gonna animate it.
What did I say? I was like, oh, this is like Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I was like watching, like, oh, this kind of reminds me of
Like
Mandalorian. It's just like Mandalorian.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't. Yeah, and instead of Baby Yoda, he's got the psychic, right? And he's hunted. He's on a mission, right? And everything else just. If it's in his way, he blasts it out. That's just how it is. Dredd is Mandalorian.
It's the way of life. The way of
life. The blinders, the focus. But yeah, I think it would be a great series to have on like HBO Max or Netflix or something like that. I think that would be awesome, and I think he should revive that role. I think like Judge Dredd was great. I remember watching that. It's kind of that kind of campy like 1990s like comic book adaptation movie. Because I would love like Tim Burton really to like what could he do now? Like what would a superhero movie look like his now? Because I liked that style.
I don't think Tim Burton would do a very good job actually with a Dredd. I don't think like he's dark and depressing, not dark and angry.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't think that would work.
Like David Fincher or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was stupid.
I
don't know.
Your idea was so not
you
good.
big dummy.
So
You big dummy.
It would be cool to see Burton bring back like Batman or something and like
I would
do that
love
now.
Yeah, that'd be cooler. That'd be so much cooler.
But Dredd popped for me back then.
Batman Beyond. Tim Burton, Batman Beyond.
Oh my god. Yeah. Dredd popped for me back then, and it popped for me now.
It popped for me 100%, like some steamy buttery popcorn.
Yeah,
like an endless bucket.
Yeah, like it's
some raisinets
today. It's still popping today.
Yeah, I don't like raisinets. That's gross. I shouldn't have said that either. Yeah. That's disgusting. But I don't know. I thought Dredd was cool. It is just straight up like excitement. Like you're just kind of sitting on the edge of your seat, like what's going on. And then there's just some stuff that's like, wow, that's really graphic. They must have really looked at like crime scene photos to get that right.
What was the like critic review of that? Like, was it popular? Like, is there a reason why they didn't make like a sequel?
It got
Oh, really?
Oh, it didn't do well at all.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but right when oh my god, her name escapes me. The psychic. What was her name? Blevins, help me out, someone.
The psychic. You mean Hershey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she with the gun, when she comes right up to the guy right under his head and just opens the clip, and you just see like the bullets and everything shooting out of his head.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it looked like it didn't even look like CGI or anything. It was freaking incredible. The movie has amazing graphics.
Yeah.
So
Has amazing
79% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not bad.
I think it was worse though. Yeah, but those ratings change over time. It was like 40% or something like back when it first came out. Because I remember hesitating going to see it, and we ended up. I think Frank and I ended up going to see it.
It was kind of
Anderson, Judge Anderson, not
Judge
Hershey.
Anderson.
Yeah, it was
Anderson.
like Hershey from the first one.
From
that was
I Am the Law.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he said that, I did laugh. I was like,
I am the
oh.
law.
I am the law.
Above the law.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am the law.
It didn't really have the star power either when it came out.
It didn't need it. It had Lena Headey, who nobody really knew from Game of Thrones. Like it was.
Yeah.
And she was divorcing her husband at the time.
Oh. Drama. I felt bad for her son in Dredd. I was like, leave him alone.
Oh, that was her
alone.
son? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's her son. It was horrible what he did. But enough of Dredd. I think we should get into a little bit of little Superman talk, right? We had episodes 2 and 3 have aired. We all watched episode 1. Yep. We've dove into 2, possibly into 3. We all kind of had mixed emotions about the series and what was going on. I think so. I think we were all just kind of like, where's this going? And I think Jen was like, hated it. I don't know. Did it warm up, Jen? What did Superman warm up to you?
Okay, so I watched the second episode, and my expectations could not have been any lower. So it exceeded them. Like I accepted it for what it was, and it was fine. Like I'm interested to see, the ending of episode 2. You're like, okay, well, where is that kind of going? They're like the girlfriend that they were interested in wasn't really in the show, so you didn't have a lot of that like teen romance drama. The her father who hates Clark Kent wasn't really in it, so you didn't get a lot of that like drama. And I feel like with her dad, who is also like, no, Superman, you shouldn't be doing all this stuff with my family, blah blah blah. Like he was actually made some pretty good points. Like you can kind of agree with him, so that's not annoying that they're arguing. So yeah, I think all the drama kind of got toned down, and it was more about Superman and Lex Luthor and stuff like that, kind of figuring out what's going on. So I thought it was much better than the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was crazy.
What was that, Caleb?
I said you didn't watch episode 3 then.
I haven't watched episode 3. No, I haven't watched it.
So yeah, I thought episode 2, when the dad is like, he's like, you need to make sure you don't do this and do this and do this. But yet when he was in trouble, he's like, Superman!
Yeah.
Superman! Can you hear me? I need your help! And man, I tell you what though, the ending of episode 2, like, I mean, dude, I was like, dude, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was that good of an ending. Again, like I mentioned this before. I don't know if I said it on air, or if I just was telling Scala about it. But they should have aired both of those episodes together, because I think it was one full episode. But yeah, there wasn't any teen angst by the way of girlfriend whatever, but there was teen angst based on during the first episode, the jock brother was like, man, I got all the power and nerd kid doesn't have it. I hope he's going to be okay realizing that he doesn't have the power. And then when you find out that he has the power and the jock kid doesn't have any, now it's like, he's like, what about me? Maybe I want to go to the Fortress of Solitude, And I'm just like, all right, kid.
Well, but can you blame him? Like, I want to go to the Fortress of Solitude. Like,
well, no, I understand, but it's just his unaccepting mentality. Whereas he was already like, I wish my brother could be accepting that I'm the chosen one, basically, you know?
Yeah.
Like he was like, he needs to just quit crying and being emo and just understand that because I'm popular and everything, it's because I got the Superman gene in me, and he doesn't. And then when you find out that it's not the case, he's just like, well, why are y'all going to the Forge of Solitude without me? Like I can throw a baseball.
The other brother would have been the same way. Like I would be upset too. So I don't know. I can't really.
But he wasn't upset in episode 1. It was like, oh well, at least I know I'm awesome at football.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then he wasn't even awesome at football. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he got his a-hole kicked in.
They didn't give him a chance. You know, they're much bigger than him too. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of reserving my feelings about this show because I still feel like it's kind of leaning towards being a Superboy show more so than it is.
God, I hope not.
Show. I hope they can focus more on like this Lex Luthor Superman stuff because that stuff I feel like is going to be awesome.
I love that story. I love the storyline.
I'm worried that there's still going to be a heavy hand on the Superboy stuff too.
Yeah,
so we'll just have to wait and see. But it's just
who's this guy?
CW.
Who's this guy?
Hi, Billy.
Who's this guy?
Who's this guy? Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, Billy?
We're just wrapping up. We're wrapping up a little quick talk on the Superman.
I did want to say one more thing before we change from Superman.
Oh,
yes.
Go ahead.
So I did tweet about this. I hope that they go the Chronicle route with this, like Sun having powers. That would make me so on board. I will say that I agree with you, and I would love to see it. I'm gonna one up your reference. I would, instead of Chronicle, I don't know if you've seen the Knights of the Old Republic trailer for Star Wars, the video game Knights of the Old Republic, where they have the twin boys that are trying to fight for their father's attention, and it goes awry, if you will. Yeah, but I would love to see that kind of thing happen. I mean, again, Superman
there's all kinds of cues that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, the light and the dark, the emo sense, the kid getting angry over nothing, like. And we talked about this. We had a show with Christopher Jones from all the animated shows, and we were talking about Lois and Superman and Lois. Like those kids getting mad about their dad being Superman happened so quickly and escalated so high, it was unnecessary. And he's just like, they're like, look, we've seen Superman. We know you're not Superman. And he's like. And like, oh my God, it's Superman! And I was
it's like he took his glasses off and unpinned his hair, and he's like,
and you find out he was beautiful all along. I was saying, like, are you really telling me, like, in 18 years of living, that they never saw their dad without glasses?
Yeah.
Like they never saw him without glasses. He's just like.
I know, it's so weird. It's so weird. They see their dad without pants on, but they've never seen him without his glasses on.
Well, we don't know.
I don't know. I will say he does play the kind of dorky dad fairly well.
That's a different Marvel universe, or that's a different DC universe, Billy. You're talking about.
Yeah. They know it's their dad when he flies away. Like, I know that, but.
Yeah, there's the Phantom Zone, and then the Pantsless Zone.
Yeah, no. But but Chris made a good. Before we get into our next segment, Chris made a good point though, because I was like, "Yo, did you notice like kind of that bubble suit?" And he's like, "Yeah, but maybe that's kind of part of the thing to make him look a little bigger, to change his physique a little." He goes, "I wish and I hope that maybe that is the thought process, that the costume kind of changes his body a little bit because, Clark Kent's a little smaller. So maybe the suit does offer a little padding to make him look like his physique a little different.
To help sell the Clark Kent identity.
Yeah. It's like,
because it is crazy to think, but Clark Kent is the secret identity with him. Superman is who he really is. Clark Kent is the secret identity.
It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. Speaking of Superman, we've got a great guest popping in tonight. a true man, just a brilliant writer,
A prince,
a creator, a prince of a man, a king of men's. Hide your children, hide your wives,
Man,
hide your
that sounds like
mother-in-laws.
that sounds like somebody who could be like someone that I would probably want to be best friends with.
I think it is your best friend, and it's Jimmy
What?
Palmiotti.
Whoa.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
guys.
he is my best friend.
What's up?
Jimmy Palmiotti is
better.
my friend.
Oh,
and Amanda. It's my best
Oh,
friend and Amanda. Okay.
The stream just
Hey,
got
man.
beautified.
Hello. How goes everything?
It is going. It is going. Welcome to the weekend pop, where things just get hot and steamy, and we talk about the latest pop news there is.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
great
Jimmy, Amanda, and Jennifer. When was the last time we were all together? So friggin' long ago.
You want to say
Chicago?
maybe Chicago? Chicago.
New York.
That
Yeah.
was the last time we did a convention at all. That was
So
the last
sad.
convention.
Yeah, C2E2 was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
last
That
one.
was it.
Man.
Yeah.
So sad. Good time.
That was the show before DC fired everyone we know.
Crazy.
And
The
then
big
there's sales.
spend off.
But then again, it was a smart move because we all know their sales really spiked after that.
Yeah. It was one of the best moves they could have made, I think.
I don't know.
They're like, how do we want to succeed? I don't know. Let's cut costs. Let's get rid of all the artists.
So you know it's really sad. Or sad. I don't know how you look at it, but we're just watching Breaking Bad. We're on the second season. It's the first time we've ever
Yeah.
seen it. So
Now that
What do you-
it's
Well, y'all
like,
were like the hardest working people in comics.
well, it's good because nobody's ruining it for us. Nobody's talking about every episode every 5 minutes
Stop.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Frank Thierry.
Yeah.
Although Amanda told me she knows the ending already.
yeah, I do know the ending already. So
Oh, it's
I don't
awful.
want to know.
I don't know.
How do you watch it knowing the ending?
Well, sometimes the journey to getting there is the interesting part.
Now I don't know it, but the first episode it says he has lung cancer, so that usually doesn't end well for people.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm wrong or anything. Maybe he becomes an alien and leaves the planet. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking you can
Oh my
know.
God.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
can
thinking you can know how it ends.
I jump in here? I don't know if you guys have any of you guys seen Downton Abbey?
Yes.
We watched it in small part. So down at when my parents were staying with us before they got the house, they had to get their Downton Abbey fix. So
Right.
we sort of watched it, like we watched like certain episodes, and here's Jimmy's takeaway from it. It's about a bunch of people that line up in front of a big house when company comes over.
I mean, I'm watching a scene for 20 minutes with 40 people in front of the house, and they're like, "Hello, Captain, good to see." And I'm just like, "What is this crap?"
Yeah, you've got to watch. Jennifer, have you watched it at all?
No.
Or you've got because Debbie watched it. So I watched. I think it is the greatest thing on television since The Sopranos.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know how people waited a week between episodes. I'm being honest.
This is the saddest moment
of my
of
entire
its
life.
life. People
No.
are seeing this.
It's so upsetting because of what happens is that Debbie stopped watching it and she would call me screaming at me like so-and-so, like names of people that may have passed or things happen. But the people out there know Downton Abbey. You got to watch Downton Abbey. And again, I don't know how Breaking Bad is, but I don't know how people could have waited a week to watch Downton Abbey because it's that friggin' great. It is that great.
You're so
And,
right.
and Amanda, I'm like you. I my family came over on the Mayflower, so
I'm sure.
I adore the
In
Patricia
pain.
Flash. I love
My family didn't come over on the Mayflower.
No.
Yeah, mine didn't either. Mine was Florida.
Mine were on the Titanic. My whole family.
But I digress. Why are we here now, Scala?
Well, we're going to talk a few things, but I think Caleb's got something. Caleb has
Yeah.
something.
I'm reading Jennifer's shirt. It says "Scary Kids," but something underneath it.
Scaring kids.
Scaring.
Scary kids.
Scary
Scary kids.
Oh, scaring kids.
Yeah.
Scary
That
kids,
scares
scaring
me.
kids.
That scares me. That scares me. And Jimmy and Amanda, if you haven't met them already, we've got one of our co-hosts, Caleb Thusat, in the house.
Hello,
Caleb,
Caleb.
how you doing, buddy?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
From Village Comics?
Yes, sir.
Which village?
Brilliant creator.
Which village?
Well, I originally lived in the village of Oak Park, just outside of Chicago.
Okay.
But we recently moved to Hudson, just south of Cleveland.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm originally from Ohio, but we moved about 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Is
Hemingway's from Oak Park,
Yeah.
Illinois, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep talking about white people, Billy. Anyway, Caleb, what is that a comic store, Village Comics, or is it your like?
It's my imprint. It's like
your
all
imprint.
right. Yeah, my imprint for all my
Gotcha.
books. Yeah.
So it's like Village People, but Village Comics. Like,
we know how to
like
party.
that. Just like that.
Jimmy, your house looks like shit right now. Just saying.
Hell is here. Hell is here. Hell is right there.
Hell
Right
is
there.
here. Hell is here.
Should I change it? I could change it to
No,
palm
keep
trees.
it. Perfect.
Oh, you can have it. It looks great.
Let
You
me
know,
see.
that's where hell is. That's where hell is. But no, we've got Jimmy and Amanda on because they've got an awesome, amazing Kickstarter up right now, and Sex and Violence Volume 3. And
Right, more
what's crazy about it is you know,
It's
you
one
guys
of the
got that Frazetta image too. That's just like really it catches you instantly.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Had to have it.
Yeah, well, we got lucky, and Sarah Frazetta, the Frazetta girls, let us use the image for the cover, which was very cool. Frank, and then John J. Hill designed the cover, like sort of looks like a strip joint poster in the 50s, you know.
Yeah.
Like they come in there, and he did a really good job. If you scroll down, I think it has the actual cover. Sex and Violence. So minus that little banner on the bottom. And she let us use that, and we hit our goal right away. So we're doing stretch goal stuff, you know, where we're going, we're turning people upside down and shaking them out. There's a beautiful Joe Leslie.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
cover.
awesome is that?
It won't
I've
have
seen
that.
that
It won't have that banner in front of it. There's a living, breathing breast under there for
I
you
did not
guys.
see that. That's beautiful.
You didn't see that?
That is amazing.
Like,
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
yeah, Joe's amazing. I mean, Joe. You know, it's today was like a weird day because we finished the Pop Kill Kickstarter and shipped out all the books, and then it was brought to my attention. There you go. Well, Jennifer, the cover you have, Jennifer, right there, the Adam Hughes cover.
Yeah, the Adam Hughes cover.
They are going for $275 right now on eBay, but they're all sold out.
Oh wow!
Certain people-
Is that you? Did you post? That looks.
It does
just
kind of.
like you.
That did actually, yeah.
That is, yeah. You go. You have to change your shirt and then shoot a can of soda, a can of beer.
The hydrant, just
Yeah,
right there. I
well,
gotta get a hydrant.
Strategically placed.
I'm convinced the kid with the dog is Adam Hughes as a child, and
Yeah,
Oh,
for
definitely,
sure.
100%.
Yeah, that's his dog. Yeah.
That's his
yeah,
dog right there.
Adam's the man. I mean, he was so sweet of him to do that for us, and we told him, you can put a wet T-shirt on the cover since it's not, it's just us.
Yeah, you can do whatever the
Yeah.
hell you want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but we did. Yeah, so we got the Frazetta cover, and we got and then Amanda's doing a cover right now. It's always a mystery cover because Amanda always does some filthy cover that people covet.
Behave.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I just realized this. This is not a kid's book.
No,
no.
it's not called Legos and popcorn. It's Sex and Violence.
Amanda, I always love Debbie's reactions from your art.
Oh wait,
Your
Billy,
naughty
Billy,
art that you do because she knows you as Amanda and you guys do all your things and then you do this and she's like, oh my God.
Niall, scroll back a little bit now.
Stops her on a dime.
Okay, Billy, you get this first story is based on the night we were up at Randy's. Remember we were at that party and Amanda was missing. That story is based on that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so if you scroll down a little bit,
Very loosely based.
Yeah, very loosely based. That's not Amanda in the bathtub. I actually posed for that. So
yeah.
But
I think you missed the reflection.
I like how y'all bleed down one side, but not the reflection. Yeah,
you're not supposed to. No, Blevins, come on, man.
dude, look, sorry.
Come on.
I gotta.
You gotta get me in
Don't
Kickstarter
tell my
jail.
dad I saw this, okay, guys? Don't tell my parents.
It's a reflection on what you see, my friend. But yeah, anyway, that first story was based on that, Billy. So when you read it, you'll get a kick out of it because at one point in the party, Amanda was missing, and then we were in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then we looked at the phone to see where Amanda was, and I mean, we had no cars.
She was tracked at like 30 miles away or something.
Yeah, on a
4 miles away
on a dead end street that was named Elm Street.
Okay, so 4 miles away at 2 o'clock in the morning, a party with a pirate ship. Remember, we literally were at a party in a hotel, and it was a pirate ship. The party, there was a real pirate ship used in films and stuff that was transported to this hotel, and an entire bar built around it. And then Amanda decided to leave us.
Well, it appeared that way. We couldn't find her, and then when I used the phone tracking, it showed her 4 miles away at the end of Elm Street, next to the woods. And we're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Did you walk?
So this story was based on my fear of that moment, pretty much. It's so if you read it, there's a little context to that story. I think good horror. But there's the Halloween party, Bill. You see right there.
Who do this, Jimmy?
This is Jimmy Broxton.
Wow, my God,
awesome.
Yeah.
Is that Nelson the donkey costume?
So any donkey in a comic is Nelson. So our buddy Nelson. Yeah. Well, we have a lot of cool stories in there. A lot of different artists working on it, and I think it's 64 pages. I mean, we just stretch goal. We just added some pinups. So we got Dan Panosian and a couple other people. Every time we do a stretch goal, we're trying to add something onto it, and the campaign still has 2 more weeks to go, so we're happy. Those red bars won't be there, obviously. Obviously with nipples, that just ruin everything for everybody. That gives away the story.
Who did that, Jimmy?
That's a Beto Hernandez brothers.
Oh, from the hand. Yeah, that's what I thought, from the hand. Wow.
Yeah, man. He did the back. That's the back cover of the book.
Are you friends with him? Like, how did you meet him?
Yeah, I stood by his comic booth every time he was at a show, and would get an autograph and a sketch. And we became somewhat, he knows me, I know him, and I don't hang out with him or anything, but I asked him.
He does live in California.
Yeah, he lives in California. It's like a little bit of a walk from my place.
Yeah,
and I love that Frazetta cover, but man, I'm really just kind of drawn to that Joe Linzer cover. It's really, really good.
Well, that's why we make people buy the whole set of covers, because then they can get them all.
Yeah,
and then you can put the rest of them on eBay. And
pay off your investment. Yeah, absolutely.
I was just laughing today because, like I said, it was like somebody told me it was on eBay for $275, and when I went, I put in this the Pop Kill Adam Hughes cover, and it showed me all the ones that were sold in the past week, and it was like 6 of them for just under $300 each, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I got to see if I have any left now.
Oh, Jesus, it says $500 on here right now that I'm looking. $499.99.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're just going to keep going up
because we print them to the Kickstarter. We print extras because you guys all understand this. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the post office messes things up, so we have to send out new copies to people, and then we print extras to give to Adam. Every artist gets a box of their covers, and but everybody's bugging me for them, and I'm like, look, you should have backed the Kickstarter.
Just buy him. My God, help your friends out, buy him.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, for those that are watching this and aren't familiar with this series, because you're in volume 3, I mean, what is this whole series about?
So they're actually all separate. They're small. They're like anywhere from 8 to 20 page stories, short stories that just carry the theme of sex and violence. So it's a lot of it's crime. It's in this book. There's like a murder mystery. There's the first story is a kidnapping, and each book has the themes. It has the different runs around the certain themes of the sex and violence. So we let the creators kind of go crazy with the idea. Go pitch us anything they want, and then we pick out something. But Justin Gray did a story, Patrick did a story.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things in there, but it's 64 pages. It's plenty to read. I think by the time we're done with the Kickstarter, it'll probably be more pages. Yeah, which I like. It's square bound, so we can keep adding.
You always add. You always give so much, and all the extras that you make once you pass your goal, you always put back into the comic.
We do. Everything we make on the books goes to the next book. The best deal on the page is actually the digital. If you scroll down to the digital pledge, not the first one, but the second one has all 3 books for $15 digitally. And look how many people back those. I can't read it because my screen's
339 backers.
Jesus.
Right, 339 digital backers, which is pretty amazing for us at a $15 pledge.
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you think that's the way? Do you think that? I mean, I know that they did a big push maybe 15 years ago to make comics digital. And I'm just judging from our experience.
Right.
But it seems that the digital is getting bigger and bigger, but people still want to hold the actual comics. I think that might be part of the part of the nostalgia of comics are part of American what's the word?
Americana.
American, you know,
right.
What is it now?
Yeah, but
No, Americana, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to hold a comic.
Yeah.
Right? The people want, that's why the digital. Remember when they really did that huge push 15 years ago to push the digital thing, but it kind of did okay, but people still want to hold those American comics.
Well, I think the postage going up overseas so much is making a lot of people. Our pledges for the digitals are a lot of them are South America and New Zealand and Australia, and so. Yeah. So there's no delivery, it's an email delivery. We just send the link and they can get the book. But people still want to hold the books. There's the collector aspect, there's the fan aspect, there's the art collector aspect. There's all these different things that we still, on average, are shipping out at least 1,000 books each Kickstarter. So there's still people that want that. I just think that people are starting to understand really the concept of it is that, it's limited. This is a time frame to get it, and it doesn't exist anymore after this. So I think it's starting to kick in a little bit that these are like really big collector's items, as opposed to, let's say, a DC or Marvel book that has 40 covers. Yeah.
And how many copies?
Well,
total copies compared to yours.
Right,
they're all limited copies.
Yeah, we have 83 backers. By the time we're done, it'll be like 1,200.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it, right? That's all the whatever copies are there. That's what we print. So I wish I had more copies of 1 and 2 because everyone's asking for those, and we only had a set of 10 of each on the last Kickstarter, so we only made a couple of sets. But it's a good problem, right? That's what we want to do. We want to make something collectible and fun, and then fun to read, and pretty to look at. Like Americana.
Everything looks great. I mean, this campaign looks awesome. Everyone, please, take a second to get out there, take a look, go through the whole Sex and Violence Volume 3. There's tiers that you can get, 1 through 3 digitally, hard copies. Awesome campaign. Paper Films is killing it this year, crushing it, hyper focused on what Amanda and Jimmy are doing. And I mean, really, Jimmy and Amanda, for someone who's not familiar with this series and is like, I love Jimmy, I love Amanda, what they're doing, I want to really support, their company and take in charge with this. But why should I back this? What am I getting when I back this?
You're getting a lot of hard work. You're getting a lot of artwork. You're getting
stories.
Yeah, great. It's some fun stories. Yeah. Amanda and I wrote the first story together. So you're just getting a lot of love and sweat, and you're gonna get some limited edition books that you can't get anywhere else. And I always say it's great to support companies and all that, but in the end, with comic books especially, it's the creators that are making the books for you that you probably should be following more than corporations. So we're here to prove that, follow us and we'll take care of you.
Awesome. So everyone, if you're interested in backing this, the link to this campaign will be in the description of the show. And also, if this may not be your thing or funds are too tight this month, the best thing you can do though to keep these campaigns moving and keep things rolling at a faster pace is to share these campaigns, right? Share it on your Twitter, your Instagram, Facebook, whatever you're using, at least just help share it. You may know one person, you might know 50 people that will back this campaign.
I will tell you, if you back it and you retweet it, I will find the retreat and I will follow you. I'll give you a follow.
There you
Nice.
So
Nice.
there you go. I'm that easy.
Well, I mean, and also you get Frazetta art. How cool is that?
It's like that from the grave. Like
Frazetta art is awesome.
It's actually unseen Frazetta art too. It's never
Yeah.
been in a book before.
Oh wow. Yeah,
So-
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. Well, congratulations to you guys for the successful campaign. I mean, you're crushing it. You 22 days to go, so I'm sure you'll double everything you have here. So, thanks again for coming on. It was so awesome talking to you guys.
Great seeing you guys.
Nice to see your faces. It's nice to meet you, Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I
buddy.
love the books.
Blevins,
Thanks.
thank you. You're gonna make us rich one day. We know it. We know
And
it.
Jennifer's
I sent you a Twitter with my phone number if you want to give me a call.
All right,
We can definitely
sounds
talk.
great. And Jennifer, just keep doing what you're doing. We all adore you.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll see you guys
All
soon.
right.
Then.
We'll see you guys
See
later.
ya.
Thanks so much.
Take care.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. All right.
I
how
didn't want them.
fantastic is
I didn't
that?
want them to go. I wanted them to stay.
We should have gave them the topics. They need to jump on with some of these topics of what we're going to talk about. You know.
I'm sad that they're gone now, though.
I know. I love talking to Jimmy. So much energy. Those two are fun. Amanda, you get both of them together. Typically, he's usually like groping her though on camera, which I think he kind of held back this time. So there's much love in that household. You know,
God,
love for
I mean-
comics, each other.
I mean, and legends.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I mean, they're
Complete
you know,
legend.
like they're the younger version of Walter and Louise Simonson. You know, like they have that legendary status. You
Yeah,
know,
they do. That royalty. The
Yeah,
first
absolutely.
couple. The first couple.
legendary.
Legendary. And something that, you know, I hope would be legendary is, you know, that Superman series we were talking about. But this just came in.
Good segue.
This just came in that it may be taking a little hiatus right after episode 5.
Not that it may take a hiatus. It is 100% taking a hiatus after episode 5.
Why?
And they're going to air the final. They're going to air the final episodes of Supergirl.
No.
Why
would they do
COVID,
that?
They claim COVID is the reason, like, has shut down production or whatever. So they're just trying to fill the time slots. But I mean, episode 5 better be like one hell of a cliffhanger, bro. Like,
That's
because
like
I don't-
weird
I don't
though.
think-
Well,
I don't
I
think
know a
they're
lot
gonna
of
keep that
people
hype.
in the TV industry and stuff from my film background.
Yeah.
and it only takes one little thing to mess up production right now
Shut
with
down the whole
COVID.
deal.
So it's
Yeah.
like, who knows? It's just like bad timing. Hopefully things get all ironed out and we
Mhm.
get some more episodes soon. So
That's so crazy. Like when I did an internship for season 2 of Dawson's Creek, and man, like everything happened on Dawson's Creek, and they never stopped a day. Like they never
Oh, yeah.
shut down a day.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it just was crazy.
Well, I don't know.
crazy.
You'd think they'd have more episodes though lined up. I don't know. I don't know TV. I'm not in that industry, but
Well, maybe
it just seems
that's
like
why
we'd have more.
episode 5 does have a really good cliffhanger. So
I
that's why
hope
they're
so.
like, all right, we'll
God, I
stop
hope
it
so.
there and use the rest later.
There you go. So that makes a
Hopefully.
good
Yeah.
point. It's like
Yeah.
a safe point. Like, hey, we're really going to keep them on the
Hopefully.
edge of their seats.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah,
better not
maybe
Doomsday
make
shows
it
up.
really boring, and then people are just like, oh, whatever.
What if
We're
like
done
he
with
comes
that
out?
show.
What if Clark Kent comes out? He's like, "Who's plowing that field?" And you just see Doomsday with like the stones and stuff coming out, and he just nods his little hat to him, and then it cuts right there.
No,
Ooh.
no.
Yes,
But
yes.
no.
But that's you know what? But with that sad kind
Bless
of
you, Ken.
announcement. Oh,
I
bless you.
I swallowed water the wrong way, and I was like, I'm not about to like cough on here. I don't have COVID. Don't worry. I just choked on water.
I got
'cause
my shot. But you know, at least though, I mean, that's kind of like sad news as we're starting to get into the series. But we have good news because we have two kind of like, you know, announcements really that are coming up that are kind of exciting. I mean, we've got Falcon and Winter Soldier, which are going to be premiering on the 18th of this month, and also on the 18th we've got the Snyder Cut for Justice League.
Absolutely.
Which is like now like a what? It's like a 4 hours. I mean, obviously it's broken up into several parts, but it's about a 4-hour movie now.
That's
so
right.
with millions and millions of dollars poured into it to basically redo a disaster.
Yeah.
They built the bridge, forgot the concrete.
I mean,
so now
it's a whole different story altogether.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. Are you guys even excited for these shows?
I'm
This
excited
movie
for
and show?
Winter Soldier.
I don't get excited for things because I don't want to be disappointed. So I'll watch it, but I'm going to go with as low as expectations as possible.
I would hate to like make you something. Hey, Jen, I made you a cake. It's probably gonna suck. Oh, thanks, Jen. It's like, was it good?
I would never say that to your face.
Was it good? Yeah, whatever. If you're
That's good to know now. Just remember that, Caleb. If you ever do anything with Jen, her expectations are extremely low.
There you go.
So if she says it's good, it might actually be bad.
I won't lie. I just try not to hype it up too much if I'm not feeling it, Try to be honest.
All right.
I tell you, with the breakdown of how they did WandaVision, I am just, in all the stuff I've seen from Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's literally like Lethal Weapon, but with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it looks really good. It looks better than WandaVision did, obviously. So I'm hoping it's gonna be good. And when Joss Whedon took over for Zack Snyder, when he took over Justice League, there were no notes or anything of how the story was supposed to progress. And I think Joss Whedon just made it up as he went along, and which was horrible. Even though, I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan, it was horrible. He tried to make it the Avengers again, which, looking back, the Avengers wasn't really that good either. Even though at the time I thought it was awesome, but it's good to see how the Vision was supposed to be. I mean, I know that he added more to it when they threw more money at him. I know that whatever this finished product is not what he intended when Joss Whedon took over for him. But I still think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to see that he's gotten a chance to make the story that he wanted to make.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All the crap that went down with him in the studio and just in his personal life in that year, it's like, come on, man, give the guy a break. Let him make a movie and go out. At least he can go out with his actual vision intended to be seen, put out there. So, and I like Zack Snyder's comic book movies, and I'm excited to see what he does with it because it looks fun. I like the dark take on the things, and I like people taking risks.
Yeah.
So you were talking about WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. My concern with Falcon and Winter Soldier is that I loved WandaVision because it was so weird and different, and it took all these risks and kind of was a step away from Marvel as what it's been for the past, over 2 decades now. You know what I mean? So it's like I loved what they did with it, and I don't think Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to do any of that. It's going to be more of more
back to the
we've seen
normal.
before, back to the norm of Marvel, which is fine, but it's like I was excited about WandaVision. I wanted to see what's happening next. I couldn't wait to turn on the TV and watch it on Friday. I haven't had a show like that in a while. I really haven't had a show, and the fact that they built it to work as that weekly release, it was built for the platform that it was being used on. I don't know. I thought it was genius how they did that, and I think they'll do a good job making Falcon and Winter Soldier series fun, but I don't know that it's going to be anything different than the feels that we've had from Marvel stuff before. So
I would say that I think that the progression of it being the successor of WandaVision is the fact that WandaVision was character development, storyline driven, not tons of action, leading up to a crescendo of action. And now we're moving into an action-packed paced show that maybe will go up and then decrescendo down into a, buddy, let's get to know everybody, more character development, more reveals. So I think that Whereas, like, WandaVision has this. I think that Winter Soldier may have a this, where it'll go up and then it'll come down.
Mhm.
But together you get the full, you get the full range.
Yeah.
You get the whole.
I honestly,
work in tandem.
Since Disney announced stuff, I've been most excited about the Loki series.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm waiting for that one more than anything else.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go with like kind of like the Gen view on it, where I'm just gonna say that it's like that's probably gonna suck. So I'm gonna go in with my worst.
I
don't think it's gonna suck. I just like.
If you don't have no
I hate it.
expectations, then you can actually maybe enjoy it for what it is.
I don't even watch trailers because they put like the good parts of it in there, or it's misleading. You don't really know what you're going to get, or you wait a very long time and you're like, oh, I think it's going to be this, and then it's not. So I don't like to speculate. I don't like to be like, I wonder what's going to happen next. I just like to view things as they're presented and get to like be excited for it in that moment and not anticipate or build up my own expectations or try to guess where they're going with it. I just want to experience in the moment that I'm experiencing it and not have any expectations.
That's actually a great explanation of your process.
Yeah,
That makes like perfect sense, because it's almost like you're not, because that is the big issue, right? I mean, that's been like a common trend for a really long time with a lot of movies. It's like the trailer was the best thing. Like, they gave you the best of the stuff, or sometimes the trailer had scenes. They've ruined so many movies by giving you the best parts of the movies, or giving you some really good scenes. I'm trying to think of movies that I saw something in the trailer
ending
that wasn't in the movie.
Oh, well, all of the Fantastic Four trailer wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
All of the Fox Fantastic Four. But man, the biggest trailer ruining sequence for me ever was Star Wars Phantom Menace. Star Wars Phantom Menace, when Darth Maul came out and he had the lightsaber, and you're like, oh no, he's got a lightsaber. Then all of a sudden the second part of the lightsaber came out. And you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then when you watch it, like, you never see the double-sided lightsaber until the very end, the very last fight sequence. And I'm just thinking to myself, how incredible would this moment have been if I would have never known that there was a double-sided lightsaber in this? Now they got double-sided, triple-sided lightsabers, quadruple.
Did he really need to sell Star Wars with that? Like, he could have just put Star Wars and people would have see it. Like,
well, that's what would have made it like even great, like Blevins said. Because
he could have had the R's backwards, and like nobody would have cared. They would have went like, bro, you got me. I'm gonna go watch it. You got me, okay?
But actually, so let's talk about this, because this is the one I'm curious about the most, and that is The Last Ronin. I don't know. Who read it for the first time recently? Was it Caleb? Was that for the first time? Yeah.
You just read it for the first time? Last night was the first time I read it.
Jen, you read it for the first time. Blevins, you and I have been involved. We've had Kevin on the show talking about it.
We're intimately in
the ooze, as they say.
That's right.
Maybe.
Sounds gross.
Well, the turtles, the ooze mutates them.
Oh, I was going somewhere else with that.
In the ooze.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
The turtles were in the gutter, in the sewer. I'm keeping my mind. I'm in character. But all right, so I really want to know your guys' thoughts. I would love to know your guys' thoughts on the book. I'm going to start with you, Jen. What is your thought on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin? You read 1 and 2?
Yeah.
1 and 2.
So I actually, before I tell you, I opened the book and I was like, Nickelodeon. Oh, this is really going to suck. I'm sure it's going to be like super kidsy. I'm going to hate it. And I really liked it. I was like shocked by how much I liked it. At first, I was kind of getting the story and I was like, okay, well, the environments are really cool. I love all the color palettes. And I was kind of suspicious at the first part where he's like talking and you're like, who's he talking to? So I was like, something's going on here. But then the actual like reveal of what the story was about, and I don't know, am I allowed to give spoilers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that that it's like Michelangelo's the last one, everybody else is dead, and I was like, what? And then April O'Neil's missing like her leg and her arm, and I'm like, what? So the end of the first book, I was like, I have to read like the second issue. That's like, that doesn't happen to me like that often. I was genuinely surprised by how much I really liked it.
Solid.
That's awesome, Caleb.
Well, we talked about this last week, that my first intro to comics was reading like the original Turtles, right? Like the old school Turtles. And like to me, this is like a return to that, right? Because it was dark to begin with. This is the origins of it. All the glitz and silliness of the 80s and 90s was like what I grew up with. But I was my first introduction with the Turtles was that dark beginning. And I really enjoyed that they kind of pulled it back to that, and you got to see, you know, this different take on everything.
I mean, you get to see the ending.
Yeah, you
get to see how it all ends.
There's a lot. There was a lot of different little quirky things that I was picking up on just from looking back at the old. I actually pulled up some of the old books and stuff just to kind of compare the art styles and stuff too, and then a lot of that is reflected in there. Even with some of the flashbacks and stuff, you even get some of that same old art of like what the Turtles originally looked like in those old books, and I love the throwback to that. A little bit of the first book didn't pull me in quite as much as it did with Jen. Like I really liked issue 2 better than I liked issue 1. But I think maybe just coming from a writer's head, like there was a lot of like cliche one-liners and stuff in the first book that I stood out, and I was like it's kind of.
I was iffy. Like halfway through, I was like, okay, I'm not really into it. But that last like few pages, and then you're right. The second issue probably overall was better because they really fleshed out. But just the ending of it, I was like, did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think that was the same for Blevins and I too.
The first one was good enough, like with the cliches and stuff. I was like, oh, the action's good, the art style's good. I'm liking the setting. Like I'm gonna go right into the second one. And yeah, after I read the second one, I was like, yeah, this is a really cool take on this, and where they're going with it. I'm excited to see where this ends up. So it's a good series. People are saying it's like some of the best out recently. I would put it up there, but it's Ninja Turtles, so it's going to take a certain person necessarily to dive into it. But I'm glad it's doing as well as it is, and I want to see, how far they go with it. I don't know how much of a series this is planned to be, but how many issues, or if it's just going to be ongoing for a while or what. But it's very cool. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, Turtles, was never like when this book hit the shelves in '84. This was not a kid's book. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was not campy kids stuff. Like they were killing people. They were beating the crap and killing people. Right? That's not what it was.
MDK all over the place, man. Murder, death, kill. MDK.
Yeah. And that's what that was all about. And really, like, the Ninja Turtles became very campy and fun, and it was like, turtle power, the cartoon and everything which we grew up with. Like a lot of us growing up with that didn't know about this till we were older. We weren't brought into this world.
You're right. I was going to mention that. Like I started with like the old school cartoon, right? Like that's what got me into Turtles, and then I was like, this is a comic book. I'm going to check that out. Like I want to see what they actually did with this. That was my first intro into comics. I'm just like, holy crap, this is not Ninja. This is not the cartoon at all. This is crazy. They took parts of it, but it's much more. There's much more going on, much more depth, and it's exciting to see it have a resurgence and kind of go back to that origin.
Yeah. Well, I see Kevin came back in. They were out of the mix for so long. And then Kevin actually got some rights back. He got like comic book rights back and things. And then he dove back in, not with Peter Laird, but with some other writers. But they all kind of brought back that whole original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vibes. And if you go off, I think it was 2015, I think it came back, or 14. IDW brought the series back. And it's, again, not a children's comic. Is Nickelodeon on there? Yes, because they actually own the official rights to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They are a Nickelodeon property, But Kevin Eastman and these guys, when it comes to the comic books, have the creative freedom to basically do what they want in their series. And they did.
Yeah.
And they brought it back to an adult comic. Now with himself, some input with Peter Laird, and kind of a story they did back in the 80s, is really what The Last Ronin is now, which I think is how Peter Laird's really getting the credit on this.
Right.
But they're bringing it back, and I'm just really curious because this is, I think, a 6-part. I think The Last Ronin's a 6-part series, Kevin said.
Yep.
But where do you go after this? Like, after you tell the end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where do you go after this?
Who said there is an end after? You know what I'm saying? Like, who says that there even is a road after it's all said and done?
Yeah, and
yeah.
I mean, you asked Kevin the question that no one asked him, and it was, he said, he goes, no one's ever asked me that question before. Was, why did you reveal Michelangelo to be the last Ronin in the first issue?
Because I would have milked it for all 6 issues.
Yeah.
Like every single issue, I would have milked it. Like, because it's black and white, so you don't know, like, by the orange headband. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I knew it though. You figure, like, who would be the last Ronin? Be Michelangelo. I guessed it. You're like, bro, I know. And I was like, let me guess it. And I guessed it. You're like, you're right.
Yeah. And I mean, again, when we had Kevin on the show and we talked to him about it, I mean, like, I was like, man, how do you choose? How do you choose of your 4 kids which one lives? You know, like, it had to have been hard enough to figure out who dies, but
who's the most as a writer, who's the most interesting one to keep alive, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because
of course
Michelangelo's kind of like out of his element.
Yeah, the worst the worst ninja of them all, basically.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So
the nicest of them all.
He's like,
that's why I figured who it was, and I think that's how Nile knew as well.
Yeah, because you made him hard. I mean, even Kevin's like, it kind of made perfect sense that it should be Michelangelo, because he was the youngest mentally. He matured in a way, had to harden. Because it goes from Cowabunga dude to like my brothers. It's just like complete
he wasn't,
Tim Burton Batman to like freaking Christian Bale.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious he wasn't mentally strong. And when this incident happened and his brothers died, I mean, he snapped.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he snapped. That's why he's still hearing them talk to him. I mean, like, he's crazy and he wants to die. I mean, like, it's he's
on his last mission. That's it.
Yeah.
He's there to get his revenge, and he hopes he dies.
Such a good book.
It is such a good book. It's such a good story. I'm glad you're liking it, Jen. I'm glad you liked it. I was afraid we're gonna have to be like, hated it, but no.
No, I know. That's why I tweeted about it last night. I was like, holy crap, I just read something that I absolutely did not hate. So thanks for the recommendation. I would not have read it at all, like, otherwise. So yeah, that was really good. I really liked. I'll definitely read like the whole rest of it now.
Awesome.
I know Kevin said he was going to come back for issue 3, right? Like
for issue 3. He said at first he was like, I'll do issue 2, but then he was like, let's wait till issue 3 and I'll come back on.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a lot to talk to him about. Yeah, hey Nile, do you know what Wednesday was?
Maybe. I think it's March 10th.
Yeah, March 10th.
Which kind of on paper spells Mario.
Yeah, that's because it's Mario Day.
What? March 10th was Mario Day?
Yes, absolutely. March 10th is Mario Day. Like, it's because when you look at March, which is M-A-R, and then you put the 1 and the 0, it spells Mario. Mario.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right, all-time favorite Super Mario game, Jen.
Mario Party.
Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that one.
All my friends hate it. I'm like, please play Mario Party with me.
I was just playing that with my son last night.
Oh, cool. We can play together then.
Okay.
We can be friends. I like it. I love Mario Party.
Like, we can be friends. Yeah.
My all-time favorite is Mario 3, man. It's Mario 3.
Dude, Mario 3 was definitely my favorite for a long time because of the Wizard.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that, the Wizard with Fred Savage.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was such a good movie.
Where the guy had the warp whistle. Nobody even knew there was a warp whistle. It's like, oh my god! spoiler alert, no
And that
internet.
kid had the glove.
The wizard had
God, I forgot about that movie.
It's like the glove is a part of me. I love the power glove.
Yeah,
Man,
and
Nintendo-
that was the
like
introduction
games.
for that. That was the marketing chain for that
yeah.
Nintendo Power Glove. Stupid.
Everybody had to have that thing.
So
It didn't
dumb.
even work right. It was like
I'm on the fence, guys. I'm on the fence. I love when I find myself like in the mood to play like a Nintendo game, right? I always go to Super Mario 3, right? That's what I start off with.
Mario 3.
Mario 3, but I'm in a tug of war because then I always follow that with I'm gonna jump on a little N64 and I'm playing Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not being honest with myself, like I'm with Super Mario 3 and like we're having a lot of fun and like it's cool. We like each other. But then like Super Mario 64 walks by and I'm like,
it's like that meme with the guy and the two
It's
girls.
your side Mario.
Like, hey, 64. And I think I'm going to make that decision right now that I think my favorite Super Mario game is Super Mario 64. I think that's my all-time number one, followed by 3.
I know this is going to probably be really weird,
Don't
but
you dare say
my favorite Mario is Super Mario RPG.
That's a fun game, though.
What is
It's
that?
incredible.
I love RPGs. Explain this to me. What?
It's Final Fantasy with Mario characters, and it's
Oh,
incredible. It is
what?
incredible. The
Where do I
story's
play this?
amazing. The art is amazing. I mean, it's absolutely incredible
Where do I get this?
on Super Nintendo.
Oh, they don't have like. I gotta get an emulator or something. I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can send it to you. Okay, edit this out now. I will send it.
Do you know how much I have to edit? I have to literally edit like an hour.
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
I'm going to be sitting. I don't know.
You got to edit everything, but yeah, like one of two things. Like I could just tell you where you can go download it and you can make it happen. But if you have trouble doing that stuff, like
put it in the Dropbox.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can put it in the Dropbox. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
That
just
would
get the
be awesome.
just do that.
Yeah.
Throw the emulator in there, and then not for nothing, it's like 2 megabytes or what? 800
so
megabytes or something.
small.
We could just put the emulator in there with all the Super NES games.
Yeah, and you have all the characters. Like you have Toad, you have Mario. They have a wizard. Like it's crazy. And you fight all the people, and like normally it's turn based where you just click attack and you choose the person.
Yeah.
But Mario has a special interaction where when he jumps on him, if you hit the button, he'll jump again. So you got to time the button. You can keep Mario jumping on him. It's pretty fun.
Nice. Oh, I have to play that.
Yeah,
That's
Mario
awesome.
RPG is definitely, for Mario RPG, I would say it goes Mario RPG, Paper Mario.
I love Paper Mario.
Paper
That's
Mario.
what
For GameCube, Paper Mario for GameCube. Then it would go probably Mario Sunshine, and then I would go to Mario 3. So
Actually, I think the most played Mario game for me was Super Mario Land on Game Boy because I had like a crazy Game Boy.
Dude, I played the mess because it was unlike any other Mario. Like I would play the submarine level and the airplane level forever. you know.
Did you ever play the Japanese only? I think it was the Super Mario Land 3.
You mean the Lost Levels? Or is it the Game Boy only?
Well, it's a Game Boy only, and it's Super Mario Land 3, and it's in Japanese.
It was Wario Land. Wario Land was Super Mario Land 3.
No, in Japan they had Super Mario Land 3.
Then no, I've never played it.
Yeah, it's
And I
weird.
think it's
Mario
got
looks
all those
weird.
players.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You need to play it. It's
Well,
usually in all the emulator packs. It's usually in all the emulator packs.
I stay away from the foreign ROMs when I play. Like I've been playing Chrono Trigger every morning for 2 hours, and because it's the greatest game ever made. So I've been playing Chrono Trigger, and I've been really wanting to get into playing
I have
Mario.
to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, I tried calling you when I'm playing Chrono Trigger, and you'll never answer the phone.
While you're playing Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, like I think Mario has a problem though. I think he has like ADHD, or maybe he's obsessive compulsive. Where he has to touch the door handles because like he's constantly destroying castles that don't have his girlfriend in them. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's obsessed. Like I think he'll like just walking down he'll see a castle and he'll be like, "Hey Luigi, you see that castle over there?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "You think Peach is in there?" "No, Mario, Peach isn't in there. We just left her at the Mushroom Kingdom." "I'm pretty sure she's in there." "Mario, there's no way. Like there's no way she's in there. We literally just left her back." He's like, "Maybe I should go check." You know, it's like, "No, Mario, you don't have to go check." So then he's like, "I'll be right back." Then he goes, destroys the castle. Of course, Peach isn't there, and he comes back. He's like, "She wasn't there," you know. And then they pass another castle. He's like, "Hey, Luigi, you think?" He's like, "No, Mario has a problem."
That's a problem, I guess. I don't know.
That's my kind of problem.
They're like, "Hey, look." Sorry,
I
but
think we identified this on the
castle.
last show that something's messed up with that guy.
Yeah. Mario just has issues.
He's a dirty.
Probably all that time working in the sewers and being a plumber. I'm guessing. Who you texted?
I'm not. I'm reading.
Why are you reading when we're having a conversation? That's rude.
Because you're talking. You're talking.
I don't
listen.
Right
I don't listen when you talk. Yeah,
I'm calling somebody on you. Hold on.
Right.
Calling HR.
Blevins, why are you calling me?
I had to report somebody. Why you hung up on me? HR just hung up on me.
Yeah, they're assholes over there.
They are.
All right. So we'll wrap this. All right, we'll start this point. All right, so everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Week in Pop, joining with Jennifer Van Damsel, the king of stream, Mr. Blevins, and the magician on that computer, writing the stories for your mind, Mr. Caleb Thusat. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you all next Saturday on The Week in Pop.
This episode was off the rails.
Woo! Yeah!
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on POPXP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the POPXP and over on Instagram at the POPXP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.